Hello guys, welcome back. So today I'll be talking about my journey at SJU and an overall analysis of why I chose SJU, right? So let me start with my 12th grade. I believe it was the third wave of COVID during my boards, and I didn't know when my results would be out, right? So there was a lot of change in the form of applications and how they accept applications over different colleges. So my journey started in the month of January. I had firstly applied for Flame University Pune, then I went to Christ, St. Joseph's, Manipal, right? So over the months, I slowly started researching and talking about what exactly I want to do. So surprisingly, I heard back from all the universities with my 11th grade marks and my 12th grade mid-semester marks, right? So a lot of them were good enough. The interviews went well, and I was surprised that okay, all I have to do is just wait for my 12th grade marks, right? So at the beginning, I believed that Christ would be a perfect fit for me. The location, and I didn't have to move out of the state. And journalism, I was quite interested in that. So I had put myself into BA journalism honors, right? Then what happened is in SJU, I found that they were having a course in BA journalism, international relations, and peace studies. I'm like, that sounds even better because looking at the situations of journalists in India or anywhere around the world, it wasn't a very good time to be a journalist. So I'm like, you know what? Let's try it out. And then my cousin also was there in SJU in a different course, but we were like, why not? Great location, let's do it. So when I was in SJU, I would like to divide this into different parts. So first things is attendance, right? So unlike what I've heard from Christ is that even though you have attendance shortage, they will let you write your exams if you pay a certain fees. I'm not sure if this is how true this is, but this is what I've heard, right? But unfortunately in SJU you can't do that. The attendance has to be 75% or above to be able to appear for your final semester exams. If it's one paper, then you will be able to pass to the next semester, but you'll have a backlog, right? And if it's two or more papers, then you'll be forced to drop out or repeat a year with your juniors, right? Second thing is faculty. Most of them do have PhDs, and they are very well resourced on their subjects, and they are ready to help you out, go out of the way and teach you if you have certain problems or some certain interest, right? Then the other one was location. I found the location to be amazing. Even though the campus is comparatively small to Christ, the location was very near to major things, right? Like we had Church Street, we had Coven Park, we had Commercial Street, so many other things. So everything was very accessible, and it was in the center of Bangalore. Yes, there was traffic, but there was a great means of transport. You were able to take any mode of transport which was the most accessible and easy to you. The other one is dress code. Compared to Christ, where you have to wear formals, ethnic dress, right? St. Joseph's was a little bit more relaxed, and it didn't put out, like, okay, you have to come in formals. It was more like, dress appropriately for a campus, right? The other one is associations. There were many associations, many of them were student run and very less faculty intervention. So they were quite unique, in the form of their PR and marketing as well as their events, right? Something new, something creative that was really student friendly. So it is always something or the other happening on the campus, and you would hear about it. It's not that you wouldn't know about it at all. It's all out. So that's a very good campus life to have, I would say. Opportunities. So in my 3 years of St. Joseph's, I was able to do an internship with the PRO, Public Relations Officer, where I would be a PR intern and represent the college when the students from abroad came, or some delegation of students and consulate generals came, right? So we were the kind of the face of St. Joseph's, where we were particularly trained on how things work, right? Outside your normal student life. And this is a good training actually for people who are looking for going into fields which you have to work with officials, right? So my overall comparison with SJU is going to be Christ and Christu Jayanti, right? So with the people that I've talked and the friends that I have, I would rank Christ on first because I've heard a lot about it and it has some sort of reputation. Then I feel that they are academically more strong than compared to SJU. Then comes SJU, where I would place second, and third would be Christu. No hate to Christu, but I think that after talking to many people, these are the rankings that I would give personally. Then talking about department, so I came under two departments, which is international relations, peace studies, and public policy, and department of journalism, right? So I was under one school but two departments, which kind of made things a little bit, a little bit too chaotic for a first year, and in third year somehow I handled it. So I will talk about IR first. So IR was comparatively very new department. I believe it was about 4 years old right now, right? And the thing is, even though it was very new, it was comparatively doing much better than other 100 years or 50 years established departments. We were able to do conferences both internally and externally, right? So even though you are a first year, you would be well trained by your seniors and faculty members to be able to go to conferences and publish and represent yourself and your papers. So even though you have an idea of, okay, I am interested in this topic, they would push you, take an extra step for you and say, okay, you want to present this, let me help you out to, for you to let be heard. That's the first thing. Then paper publications. Surprisingly, a lot of my batchmates were able to do it. Um, we were able to publish multiple papers at multiple newspapers, online publications, and some even got scopus. So it is endless opportunities that in a bachelor's degree, right? Then I would say that the bachelor's degree in IR is a lot better than compared to master's degree in other government colleges. That's what I've heard, and I've talked to people who are there in public universities, and they were surprised because we were doing something that master students do, right? So that is a great exposure that I think you will have. Then the other one is the CIAs mostly were based on research basis, right? So they will teach us certain topics, some certain schools of thoughts, and we had to choose our own topic. And example, organizations, terrorist organizations, international organizations, or even a body, and you do your research and bring out your analysis, bring out your perspectives, and probably even counter some scholars or even counter some narratives where you think, okay, this is not what I agree with, and this is how I want to go about it. So it was a very research oriented, where you were taught to put out your opinions and later analyze on where you went wrong or where you went right, and further have discussions with your batchmates and classmates, right? So the teachers are ready to listen to you, ready to listen to your arguments, ready to learn your perspectives, but they're also ready to come and teach you and tell you, okay, this is something that you have to work on, and this is where you're going the right path, right? The other one is the association itself. The association, which is Aspire, has done a great job. We were able to do multiple workshops, conferences, book reviews, and yeah, I feel that it was very student oriented yet creative, in the sense that you were able to bring out new perspectives. You were able to listen to your seniors and juniors and department, and even, you know, bring out policies or bring out research based topics to discuss, and nobody was there to stop you. You bring out your perspectives, people are listening to you, people will counter you. So I found that very productive, in the sense of, okay, I'm doing my work, it is being heard, and I'm getting marks for it, or I'm being heard, right? So I feel that is a very good thing which I have been exposed to in my 3 years of this degree. Now, talking about journalism, this journalism that I studied, or at least which is with my degree, it is not a typical media or communication degree. It is a much more writing and reading oriented, right? So you need to get a habit of being able to read multiple PDFs in a short time, and at most of the times use AI and try to bring out a summary or brief of it, of what exactly this big content is, right? So one major thing that really surprised me is that they don't have a syllabus, but they rather have a goal in each semester, right? So they will bring you writings, and they will give you things to read to build out a certain goal or a certain topic that you must understand by the end of semester. They're really able to argue with the teachers, or probably analyze with the teachers, have interactive sessions on what you think on this particular topic. For example, one semester you'll talk about caste, the other one will talk about gender, and so on, right? Then the CIAs are mostly group based, and something that you need to interact with humans. So if you are an introvert, this is going to be a big challenge for you. But yes, most of them were, interviews and reporting pieces, both internally and externally. What I mean by internally is within college, and externally is go attend an event, report it, and give it back to us. The other one which I had in my third year and fourth or fifth semester was podcast. So we were made to choose topics and publish it in Spotify, and listen to opinions and bring out stories that are mostly unheard, right? So every semester there used to be a portfolio requirement. So portfolio would basically mean a pack, or an entire mm, document of all the homeworks that you were given, all the assignments that you were given, and all the corrected ones, right? So you get feedbacks from what you have done, so you have to edit it and keep pile it and give it to them. So this portfolio requirement almost made us, like, so much of work to do, because usually what happens is that everything used to be last minute, so we had to type a lot, and there was a lot of plagiarism check, right? So if they know that you're using AI or your work is plagiarized, you have to redo it again, or else you have to face great consequences. So you need to be creative, and you need to be ready to be able to write and create content from what you studied throughout the year or throughout the semester. Next, this journalism one in particular had labs, right? So you have teachers bringing out theories and bringing out perspectives and bringing out things that need to be discussed that outside the syllabus, right? So labs particularly turn, and talk about what are the theories, hmm, what are the conditions in which a good report comes out, right? And what are the ethics of a journalist that should have. So these are the things that you will learn in a lab, and particularly these lab attendance are great requirement. If you fail to meet the requirement, you will not be able to write your end semester exams. So labs are great priority to the journalism department. Next, um, the thing is, journalism was a great combination for me with IR as they both linked each other. I was able to keep up with the news, and I was able to, hand in hand take IR, and it was a great combination because now I know, okay, how to search if this is the fact or not, right? How do I know if this is opinionated? How do I bring out facts? And how do I not get manipulated? And how reporters have an obligation to bring out sources and so on, right? So it is a great combination for me. So overall, if we want to take this course, I would say that you need to do a lot of work to catch up, because at times there used to be weeks where you had both the assignments, IR and journalism, and you had to run back and forth to get it done. So that's one thing that I would tell you. And if you are into these subjects, I wouldn't suggest you to take it, because unlike other degrees and other courses, this is a very student based and research based degree. And if you are somebody who just wants to do a bachelor's degree just to get it, I wouldn't suggest you to go through the pain and through this entire journey, because at a point, you are you are losing the potential of what this course has on an individual. So I wouldn't suggest you guys to go about it. Why I'm saying this is because throughout my batch there were a lot of dropouts and backlogs. So at the third year it was quite common for us to see our old classmates either dropping out, having major backlogs, or even changing their entire subjects. So when I graduated, I could see my classmates that are from first year still being juniors and even having to change the courses, right? So that's it. If you're interested in journalism and interested in international relations, I would suggest you to take this degree. If not, then please find out other courses, because it's a lot of pain and a lot of struggle, and you need that self assurance that you're going to pass through this. So this is my overall experience of SJU and my department in general. So hope you like it, and do comment if you want me to make other videos on similar topics or different topics. I'm open to ideas. See you.